Today we're taking a look at this single cut special from Harley Benton. Now this awesome guitar that I'm holding here today is a single cut, beautiful guitar from Harley Benton. It is all of the stuff that you want in a single cut junior with nothing that you don't need. P90s, baby. These are awesome pickups. I really like this guitar because it's cheap, it's well built, seems durable, and has P90s in it. And there's nothing I like more than P90s. And this one has two beautiful Roswell P90 pickups. Now the color on this guitar is white. They had another version of this guitar very similar in a silver, which I was considering, but then I decided to opt for the white. Why white? I don't know. It's just classic. White and black, it's just, you know, timeless. There's just something about the white and black color combination that I really liked on this guitar. And I figured if worse comes to worse, and I don't like it, it's very easy for me to paint over the white because it's almost like a finish coat that I would have to spray before painting it. So I can always have that as an option, but I don't think I will because the color is actually really nice. It is not a super glossy white. It's kind of a, I wouldn't say matte, but I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a very subdued white. So it's not a sparkly white, which is pretty nice. I think I like it. Overall, the appeal of this guitar to me is somewhat related to the fact that I really like Telecaster guitars. I find the Telecaster guitar very nice because it's simple and it's a no-frills guitar. And this kind of guitar reminds me of a lot of a Telecaster. It basically has the P90 pickups, which gives you that single coil tone, but a fatter version of it, which I like a lot. And the Roswell pickups in these guitars I've tried before and they sound pretty darn good. I had another gold top Harley Benton, which I actually upgraded the pickups on. And to be honest with you, there was really nothing wrong with the Roswell pickups that were in it originally. So there's no real reason to upgrade them. I just felt that I wanted to try another set and see how they performed. But in this guitar, I'll probably stay with the Roswell pickups. So these pickups, Roswell P90s, black covers on them, which again goes with the rest of the look of the guitar, which I like a lot. Three-way toggle switch, nothing complex there, very similar to what you would find on a Les Paul styled guitar. And also the tone and volume controls on this guitar gives you two of each, similar to what you would see on a Les Paul. So you can basically control the tone and the volume of both the neck and the bridge pickup, so you can put the pickup selector in the middle position and blend the two, which is very nice. The knobs, very classy style knobs, smooth, nothing to dislike there. The pick guard, also very nice and tastefully done. I like it. It's different, but it's nice. It's not tacky or anything like that. The hardware, you know, black jack plate there. You have the rhythm and treble little indicator there. The back of the guitar has black plates covering the electronics. One thing I want to point out here is the curvature of the neck at the heel. So it's shaved away. You can see that it doesn't get in your way. It's really nice because it allows you to grab the guitar all the way down and you can get up all the way up on the frets there. There's no no reason not to play right up here where the money is, right? So you have access all the way up the fretboard. Now, the neck on this guitar, I like a lot because it's dark. It's not some of those roasted maple necks, which I'm not a big fan of. This neck has a very dark color to it. Amaranth, whatever that is. It sounds like some kind of a very rare, elusive gemstone of some sort that you would find on Lord of the Rings, but it's just a species of wood that they decided to use instead of using rosewood. That's all it is, guys. But it's really nice, and I like it. I like really dark fretboards, and this one is really dark. The neck shape on this guitar is a C shape, and it is a little, how can I say this? It's nice and full in the hands, but it's not like clunky. It doesn't feel like a club in your hands. It's very comfortable. I really like it. All the way down. It's a little bit thinner up here, gets a little bit wider, slightly thicker at the bottom here, but it's a comfortable neck all around. I really like it. I'm glad that they went with wide frets. These are large frets, which I think work really nice on this guitar. And they have very simple but tasteful dot inlays. The side markers are there as well, so you have them here. And of course, one of the things that I always pay attention to on these guitars is what material the nut is made out of. Now, I unfortunately have to say this is not a bone nut. It's some kind of plastic material. I couldn't tell you whether or not it's graphite or something else, but it's not bone. Suffice it to say, that could be an area where you might want to upgrade the guitar eventually. It's up to you. But the good news is that the nut is filed relatively well. I would say, according to my specs and what I like, the nut slots could be cut just a little bit lower down. But it's not major. It's just preference, guys. All right. Other than that, the headstock is a very simple, no frills type headstock here. It just says Harley Benton, and it's not even like an inlay or anything. It looks like a silk screen. So the front of it is a matte black. The top of the headstock is very similar to all the other Harley Bentons that you've seen over and over again. Nothing crazy there. And of course, the tuners on these guitars, you either love them or you hate them. Now, these tuners, I like the fact that they're using tuners that remind me of Kluson tuners. And they do have something written on them. It's a little hard to see. Wilkinson Deluxe, guys. All right, so that makes me a happy camper, because Wilkinson does make good hardware. And if the tuners are Wilkinsons, that's great. I'm really happy with that. I'm not a big fan of these little plasticky knobs. I prefer the tulip style tuners, but I know this is a real, hallmark of a junior. If you look at all the juniors, including the Gibsons, they all come with these type of tuners. You know what? I mean, I could live with them. I'm not a big fan. But if they're Wilkinsons and they do the job, is it really worth upgrading? Probably not. So I probably will keep them. Right up here, you do have a little bit of a, how can I say this, dimple, if you want to call this, crescent, I don't know what you want to call it. But, the bottom or the top of the headstock right here has a little divot in it. The angle of the headstock is not very deep, it's pretty, in terms of the angle. Hopefully these won't snap off like some other brand name guitars I won't mention here today. The body itself, they say it's made of mahogany. There's no way I can really tell beyond looking at the inside of the cavity in the back here, but I didn't do that yet, so I couldn't say, but they say that it's mahogany. So if it's mahogany, I'll take their word for it. I mean, it feels It's not an extremely light guitar, but it's not body heavy. It doesn't feel like it's gonna tilt. It's well balanced. I like that. And I don't particularly like heavy guitars. This one seems pretty comfortable to me. I don't think it's any heavier than an average weight guitar. So I think if you're sensitive to the weight, you'll be happy with this guitar. Other than that, one of the items that I did want to mention, and that's just because I noticed it, and a lot of people don't tell you this. They don't talk about this. So I'm going to talk about it. So if you look at this body here, you'll see that there's a bridge on it, which seems to be like a standard, very usual wraparound type bridge. And at first glance, it looks well made. It looks like you have nice adjustments so you can actually intonate the guitar, which is nice to see because a lot of these wraparound bridges don't even provide that. You also have two screws in the back here that allow you to move the bridge forward and back so that you'll be able to further intonate the guitar should the posts, for whatever reason, be in the wrong place. I don't expect them to be, but you never know. It could happen. One of the things that I noticed right off the bat with this bridge is that it's pretty high off the body. The reason for that is you have the posts, you have the main area of this bridge, and then you have these adjustable saddles, and altogether, this thing is a pretty high bridge. I noticed the string height, when we look at it and we compare it to the height of the bridge pickup, there's at least ½ an inch gap between the string and the pickup, which is way too much. And if we look at the pickup in the neck position, there's also way too much spacing. So that normally wouldn't be a problem because you can just put the bridge down and lower the height of the strings. But in this case, you can't. The bridge is practically all the way down. And I tried to raise the pickup here, and it's pretty much all the way up. So that's a little bit of a problem because I don't like the position of the pickups the way they are now. I find that you're not getting the optimal tone. So unless you can go with longer pickup screws and raise the bridge pickup a good, I would say, at least ¼ of an inch, you're going to be a little bit stuck with that. Now, overall, the rest of the guitar seems good. I mean, I looked at the relief on the neck, spot on. Don't need to adjust that, which is always nice. The strings are well wound. They seem to be installed very nice. And the overall sound of the guitar is good. It's just a shame that we have this issue with the bridge. Now, I don't know what to do there. I think I'm going to have to see if there's a way I can modify that, or I'll simply have to remove this bridge, get an alternate type bridge, and put that in its place, which is a little bit of a pain because you have to spend more money. And, you might get a bridge that doesn't fit properly, whatever. I just wish maybe they would have gone with a different type bridge. The other thing is that these combo bridges that they offer, where they have the wraparound feature and the adjustable saddles, overall seem like a good idea. But in this one, the saddles are very uncomfortable. So if you're trying to play and you like to rest your palm on the bridge like I do, it's rather scratchy and uncomfortable to do that with this particular bridge. I wish they would have went with the bridge that they put on PRS guitars, which are basically wraparound style bridges. Some of them are adjustable, some of them aren't. I prefer the ones that are adjustable, but their saddles are kind of countersunk in the actual saddle, so they don't interfere with your hands, and you don't need a big chunky, double-decker size bridge. So that is really the only shortcoming that I can outline on this guitar. The rest of the guitar is awesome. I really like it. At this price point, you can't beat it. If you're in the market for a junior style guitar, you can't beat them. I mean, you can go ahead and spend over $1,000 to get the big G if you want, but honestly, these guitars definitely scratch that itch for me. The only thing I would wish that they would actually do is offer these in more colors, specifically in, you know, a mahogany color, like a nice red, where you can see, where it's transparent and you can see the wood, sort of like a vintage SG style guitar. I think that would be absolutely killer with these guitars. And of course, if they would come out with some more vintagey colors, those would be awesome as well. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are snagging up these guitars while they're still available at this price, because honestly, I don't think you could beat them. I mean, if you're in the market for this style of guitar, you like P90s, these are the ones to grab. I'm happy to report also that there are no defects or blemishes of any kind on this guitar. There are people that have claimed to receive the guitars with some sort of damage on them, chips and dings and whatnot. There's nothing on this guitar that I can see like that, and I'm super happy about that. So maybe we should plug in the guitar and hear what it sounds like. What do you guys say? So guys, what do you think? Is this guitar a keeper? Is this a good choice? It's a fine axe, I gotta say that, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. How long will it last? I think it'll last quite a bit. I don't think this is a shabby guitar that'll fall apart on you by any means. It seems like a solidly built guitar. And happy to report that there's no issues with the frets. There are no high frets that I can see, and the notes don't fret out like some other guitars do. So I think either I got really lucky with this Harley Benton model, or they're really cranking out some really nice quality guitars. Either way, guys, if you want one, grab them while they're still available. I don't know how long they're going to be available on the Harley Benton website, but I'll put the link down below for you guys if you're interested in checking it out for yourself. So that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me on this guitar review, this journey that we've taken together with this review. And I hope you enjoy the information that I'm providing about this Harley Benton guitar, what I feel about it, and hopefully you get something out of this. And maybe this will end up in your collection as well. So if you like what we're presenting here, guys, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me out with the algorithms. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Addicted to Gear, you know, we're going to give you everything that you need, nothing that you don't. And of course, word of warning, we're not responsible if you get a bad case of gas after watching any of these videos. So watch them at your own risk. That's it for now, guys. Thank you and stay tuned.